Welcome to this special edition of our YouTube channel. Today, we embark on a journey through India's economic history, from the ancient barter system of the Indus Valley civilization to the digital transactions of the 21st century. India's economic evolution is as diverse as it is intriguing. In this video, we will guide you through the captivating transformation from a colony suffering resource depletion to its ambitious future plans of becoming a $5 trillion economy. This evolution is a testament to the resilience and innovation of a nation emerging stronger after each hurdle. We will delve into eras, policies, individuals, and events that have shaped this evolution. This is not just an economic history but a narrative of dreams, aspirations, and the indomitable spirit of a nation striving to better the lives of its people. So sit back, relax, and prepare for enlightenment and inspiration. This is India's economic narrative, a tale of trials, triumphs, and transformation. Stay tuned as we begin this exciting journey with our first stop, the beginnings and the era of colonial rule. Let the exploration commence. Prepare yourself for a riveting odyssey through the corridors of time, as we take you on a deep dive into India's illustrious economic journey. Get ready to embark on a thrilling ride that begins with the Indus Valley civilization, a time celebrated for its sophisticated urban planning and dynamic commercial prowess, and stretches all the way to the bustling markets and towering skyscrapers of the contemporary era. The journey promises to be a captivating exploration of India's economic progression, bridging the gap between historical epochs and the modern day. Along the way, we will unearth the fascinating stories embedded in the rich tapestry of India's economic past, which is a complex weave of trade routes, royal treasure troves, colonial exploitation, and the rise of technology. Each phase of this journey is a chapter in the nation's history, painting a vivid picture of its transformational trajectory. As we move forward, we'll delve into the significant milestones that have shaped India's economy, from the ancient trade networks, flourishing under the vision of visionary kings, to the times of foreign invasions and colonial rule that led to the depletion of resources, and ultimately, to the post-independence era that saw an impressive rise in technological advancements, forever changing the face of India's economic landscape. From bustling bazaars to digital markets, from bullock carts to bullet trains, the evolution has been nothing short of awe-inspiring. Upon achieving independence, India chose a path that was a fusion of capitalism and socialism, adopting a mixed economy framework. This approach represented a blend of public and private ownership, and a state-managed and free market economy. The strategy was a noteworthy experiment in the economic history of the nation, carving its own unique blueprint in a rapidly globalizing world. The country initiated a series of 5-year plans, reminiscent of a careful game of chess. Just like every move of a chess player, tactical and strategic, holds significance in deciding the game's outcome, the 5-year plans held a similar importance. The government, acting as the chess player, moved its pieces, the sectors of the economy, with calculated precision. These 5-year plans were not just economic plans, they were a vision for the country's future, a roadmap to growth, prosperity, and above all, balance. The plans targeted the 3 key sectors of any robust economy: agriculture, industry, and services. Each sector was like a piece on the chessboard, essential to win the grand game. Agriculture, the backbone of the nation, was always a priority. But with industrialization and the rise of the service sector, the 2 other pillars also came into prominence. The aim was to achieve not just growth, but balanced growth. A growth ignoring any sector would be like a game of chess without a proper strategy. Just like a stool needs all 3 legs to remain upright, an economy requires all its sectors to maintain stability. Imagine a well-balanced stool, each leg representing one of these sectors. As is with the stool, the economy needs all these sectors to maintain stability too. Just as the stool needs all its legs to remain upright, the economy needs all these sectors. 1991 was an unprecedented year that brought dramatic changes to India's economic landscape. The country's economy was teetering on the edge of financial ruin, wrestling with a crisis so severe it nearly threatened to collapse the country's financial system. This monetary catastrophe was so extreme that it compelled the government to resort to shipping a staggering 67 tons of gold reserves as collateral to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, attempting to preserve the country's economic stability. These desperate actions reflected the gravity of India's economic predicament, casting a gloomy shadow over the nation's future. But as they say, every cloud has a silver lining. This crisis served as a wake-up call for the Indian government and triggered a remarkable shift in their economic policies. This was not a mere tweaking of fiscal policies, but a complete overhaul, a metamorphosis of the economic structure. Imagine a discovery of a hidden cache of invaluable resources in the time of need. That's precisely what happened. India stumbled upon an economic strategy that unleashed a wave of economic liberalization, paving the way for foreign direct investment. The country threw open its doors, inviting global investors with welcoming arms. These reforms served as a catalyst, igniting a wave of economic growth previously unseen in India's history. It was like infusing a parched field with a rich, nourishing fertilizer that stimulated seed germination and growth. The transformation was palpable. These economic reforms not only stimulated a rapid growth spurt but also laid the groundwork for a sustained period of vigorous economic expansion. The seeds that were sown during this period bloomed into a flourishing. As we move forward in our journey, we invite you to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more such informative content. Now let's dive into the next phase, a period of increased globalization and economic integration. The economic liberalization reforms of the early 90s had set the stage for a new era of growth and prosperity. The closed economy that had been a feature of India's past was now a thing of history. The country was now part of the global economic orchestra, playing its tune in harmony with the world's major economies. India's entry into the global market was akin to the advent of a new player in a high-stakes poker game. The rules were different, the stakes were higher, and the rewards were potentially massive. India had to adapt, learn, and evolve to survive and thrive in this new economic landscape. The government, recognizing the need for a more globalized approach, began to promote cross-border trade and investment. Bilateral trade agreements were signed and economic partnerships were formed. India was no longer just a market, it was now a key player in the global supply chain. This new approach to economic policy brought about significant changes. The GDP growth rate soared, and the country began to experience an unprecedented period of economic expansion. The economic landscape was transformed, with new industries emerging and old ones evolving to meet the demands of a globalized world. The dawn of globalization and economic integration was a crucial turning point in India's economic journey. It was a period that would set the stage for the IT boom and infrastructure development that was to follow. The seeds of change had been sown and India was on the cusp of an economic revolution. But before we delve into that, let's take a quick break. Stay tuned and we'll be right back with more on India's fascinating economic journey. In the waning decades of the 20th century, an unprecedented phenomenon took place, the IT boom. This transformative era, brimming with unimagined possibilities, marked the beginning of a new chapter in the chronicles of global technological advancement. India, a country rich in intellectual capital, began to emerge as a central figure in this narrative. The Indian youth, armed with an unparalleled vigor and innovation, were at the forefront of this wave, transforming the nation into a dynamic IT powerhouse. The phenomenon was not a flash in the pan. Instead, it was an outcome of meticulous planning, strategic investments, and unwavering dedication to technological advancement. The groundwork was laid by considerable upgrades in the nation's infrastructure, ranging from robust internet connectivity to the establishment of ultra-modern tech parks. These improvements did not go unnoticed. On the contrary, they attracted the keen interest of global investors. Recognizing the potential that India held, they injected substantial capital into this burgeoning sector. India was at the cusp of a revolution, and this influx of foreign investment marked an economic metamorphosis for the country. It triggered a cascade of prosperity that was felt across the nation. There was a sudden surge in employment opportunities, cities began to modernize at an unprecedented pace, and an overall improvement in the standard of living was evident. Within the confines of these bustling tech parks, one could witness the future taking shape. The campuses were abuzz with India's brightest minds, their fingers dancing over keyboards, bringing to life intricate codes on glowing screens. The air was thick with anticipation and a tangible sense of optimism. In those precious years, the roots of a digital revolution were firmly planted, setting the stage for the powerhouse that India. As the bustling streets of India flash across the screen, we're captivated by the youthful vitality that defines this dynamic nation. A term that often comes up when discussing India is demographic dividend. This concept refers to the economic growth potential arising from fluctuations in a nation's age structure, particularly when the proportion of the working-age population exceeds the non-working segment. This young population is not just a number, it's a pulsing, thriving power that has been a pivotal driver of India's economic expansion. Yet, akin to the contrasting vistas of the busy bazaars and serene temples, this demographic advantage also presents its unique challenges. Our journey through the labyrinthine lanes of India leads us to a montage of blossoming enterprises, typifying the nation's economic transformation. One significant symbol of this shift is the introduction of the Goods and Services Tax, or GST. This wasn't merely a policy change, it was an epochal moment in India's economic history. This encapsulates the new rhythm of India, offering a snapshot of the economic dynamism of a nation. As we navigate through the labyrinth of Indian streets, the screen transitions to a montage of businesses, symbolizing the country's economic transition. This is the new pulse of India, a glimpse into the financial heartbeat. As the roar of the crowd reverberates in the air, we find ourselves amidst the exhilarating success of major sports leagues, such as the electrifying Indian Premier League. This spectacle of athletic excellence and fierce competition is not merely a source of entertainment or a celebration of skill, it's also an economic powerhouse. Each lofted six that sails across the boundary and each searing delivery fired down the pitch is much more than a moment of sporting drama. Each of these moments is also a significant boost to the national economy. The revenue generated by these leagues through ticket sales, broadcasting rights, merchandise sales, and sponsorship deals is staggering. It pours into the economy, creating jobs and opportunities, and driving growth in a multitude of industries including sports, jobs, and opportunities, and driving growth in a multitude of industries including sports, media, retail, hospitality, and tourism. But the impact doesn't stop there. This riveting game of cricket is not just played in packed stadiums, it's also watched on television screens in homes, bars, and restaurants across the globe. It captures the attention of a global audience, promoting the nation's sporting prowess and enhancing its international reputation. Now, let's shift our focus from the cricket pitch to the corridors of power where decisions that shape our lives are made. Here, government initiatives such as improving infrastructure and promoting entrepreneurship play a crucial role. The games played here are strategic, much like a chess game where every move counts. Policies and regulations are crafted and implemented with careful consideration, aimed at driving the economy further. Just as on the cricket field, in the realm of politics and policy making too, it's all about making. In the heart of a thriving metropolis, under the comforting glow of dawn, we observe an aspiring Indian student, clutching anxiously onto a pile of textbooks. The institution is an integral piece in the intricate puzzle of education and vocational training initiatives that have remarkably amplified the employability quotient of the Indian workforce, rendering them competitive at a global level. As we subtly move away from the student, the lens gradually widens to unveil an impressive skyline of towering corporate giants, architectural marvels representing the significant financial investments drawn towards the country, symbolizing economic growth and potential. As daylight gives way to the hypnotic allure of twilight, we witness the skyline being reanimated with the sparkling office lights flickering back to life, embodying a resilient economy showing tangible signs of recovery. They stand as living examples of resilience and adaptability, a testament to the nation's unwavering spirit in the face of challenges. Among these office lights, you see a montage of dedicated workers, their faces alight with hope and perseverance, demonstrating lessons of resilience and adaptability, a testament to the nation's unwavering spirit. Visuals of newspaper headlines, stock market screens, and bustling street markets depict the tangible aspects of this. As we traverse the bustling streets of India, we find ourselves standing at the cusp of a monumental milestone, the centenary of India's independence. It's 2047, and the nation is pulsating with renewed vigor and ambitious dreams, its eyes set firmly on an audacious goal, to become a $5 trillion economy. We visually transition to a high-tech digital dashboard, brimming with numbers, graphs, and charts, all pointing upwards, symbolizing the robust growth trajectory India is on. It's a testament to the nation's strategic planning, policy reforms, and relentless pursuit of sustainable and inclusive growth. We then shift our focus towards a montage of various sectors: agriculture, manufacturing, services, and technology, each contributing significantly to this audacious goal. We see farmers using high-tech machinery, factories buzzing with automation, IT professionals working on cutting-edge technologies, and service sector employees delivering world-class services. Next, we spotlight on the government's initiatives aimed at fostering growth. We visually represent the policy reforms, infrastructure development, digitalization, and the push towards a knowledge-based economy. As we conclude this scene, we zoom out to a bird's-eye view of India, symbolizing the nation's readiness to rise and shine on the global stage and achieve its vision of becoming a $5 trillion economy. The scene ends with a hopeful note, with India poised for a future filled with immense possibilities. Imagine witnessing India's entrepreneurial landscape from an aerial view. A myriad of startups like vibrant dots are painting the economic canvas, their energy and invention fueling the nation's ascent. The sight is buzzing, practically palpable in its momentum. Driving this momentum, the Digital India campaign, a potent force revolutionizing the economic terrain, infusing it with a digital heartbeat and renewed vitality. Yet this dynamic panorama is not without its obstacles or intricacies. Visualize a car traversing a rough path, emblematic of the need for advanced infrastructure, mirroring the challenges businesses routinely encounter. Contemplate a racetrack, symbolizing the tireless ease of doing business and the relentless chase of establishing a more favorable climate for businesses. Or consider a teeter-totter, unevenly tilted, exemplifying societal inequality and underscoring the necessity of ensuring a fair distribution of economic opportunities. These scenarios offer a holistic portrait of our economic evolution. An adventure that is as much about surmounting hurdles as it is about grasping opportunities. A journey that is as much about overcoming challenges as... As we conclude this enlightening episode, let's remember that India's economic journey has been nothing short of a compelling saga. This journey is not an ordinary one, but a thrilling, gripping blockbuster, rivaling the best in cinematic entertainment. Imagine it as a timeless story filled with countless ups and downs, challenges met and obstacles overcome. At the heart of this narrative lies the inherent resilience of India, a nation that has faced trials and tribulations but has never lost the will to strive and evolve. The tale of India's economy is one of transformation, a bird reborn from ashes, a phoenix symbolic of a nation's indomitable spirit. This spirit has been the driving force behind India's relentless march towards an ambitious goal, a dream that seems massive but not impossible. A towering $10 trillion economy, third biggest in the world, just behind United States and China. The tale of India's economic journey is not a closed chapter. It's an ongoing saga, a tale that is just beginning. It is akin to the rising sun at dawn, a symbol of new beginnings and shimmering promises. A promise of a future that is brighter, more prosperous, and filled with endless possibilities. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.